Look, hitting the skinny fat plateau is literally one of the most frustrating things you can experience. Today, we're tackling exactly how to fix it. And no, we aren't going to rely on extreme starvation diets, weird imported superfoods, or zero-carb suffering. Instead, we're diving into a structured, daily eating system that's based on pure, undeniable biological reality. Let's get right into it.
So why exactly does eating less make you look worse? It's kind of a wild biological paradox, right? When you notice you're looking a little soft, your immediate knee-jerk reaction is probably, okay, I just need to eat less, I'll skip breakfast today. But biologically speaking, that completely backfires. Your body doesn't just sit back and quietly accept being starved, it fights back. It sets off this chain reaction that literally contributes to the exact body shape you're trying so hard to get rid of.
We all know this frustrating reality all too well. You wake up, look in the mirror, and the reflection just confuses you. You aren't exactly overweight when you step on the scale, but you're definitely not fit either. You've got a soft chest, your arms look kind of unfinished, and your stomach sticks out just enough to drive you crazy. It's this weird middle ground purgatory. And the reason nothing seems to work is mostly because the tools you're using to fight it are completely wrong.
Now, this is the exact biological trap most people fall into. Think about a random eating cycle. You skip a meal, your energy totally tanks, and boom, by mid-afternoon, you hit this massive, uncontrollable binge spike where you just inhale whatever fast food or high-calorie snack is sitting in front of you. But contrast that with a systematic diet. We're talking smooth, evenly spaced meals that keep your hunger perfectly flat all day. Chaotic starvation literally leads to crashes, whereas a systematic diet forces your body to adapt and change.
To actually force that adaptation, let's look at this master timeline. Notice these 6 interconnected blocks spanning from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. This isn't just a random list of times, it's a clear, repeatable, closed-loop system for your entire day. Fixing a skinny fat physique requires exactly this, a step-by-step, bulletproof daily schedule. So, let's break this timeline down, block by block.
Zooming right into that absolute critical 8 a.m. slot, we've got what we call the functional breakfast. Notice the word functional here. This is not about some complex meal prep that forces you to wake up an hour early. Let's be real, relying on morning motivation always fails. What you need is a meal that serves a very distinct biological function and requires basically zero mental friction to throw together.
Here are the exact macros for this slot. We're looking at 3 to 4 whole eggs. That gives you the protein and healthy fats you need to actually stay full. You pair that with 2 slices of bread or maybe 1 or 2 roti. Those are your carbs, the energy that ensures you don't completely crash by noon. Throw in a banana for some quick fuel and pour your black coffee or tea. The carbs give you sustained energy, while the protein and fats physically shut off those nagging hunger signals in your brain.
Now, I want to emphasize a really crucial biological reality here. The nighttime binge always starts with a skipped morning breakfast. Seriously, if you decide to skip that 8 a.m. meal just to save calories, you are absolutely guaranteeing that you're going to overeat later in the day. You are essentially setting a biological booby trap for yourself, and I promise you, it's going to explode right around 9 p.m. Moving right along the timeline, we hit 11 a.m. This is what we call the defense mechanism. The goal right here is incredibly simple. Keep your blood sugar and your energy perfectly stable. By 11 a.m., that breakfast is digesting, and your body might start hunting for a quick sugar spike. But instead of grabbing those office snacks or sugary biscuits that completely wreck your insulin levels, we deploy a very specific 2-step sequence.
This defense mechanism is super simple. It's just 1 piece of fruit paired with a handful of peanuts or roasted chena. So why these 2 specifically? Well, the fruit neutralizes any sudden hunger spikes, while the peanuts provide a nice, slow digesting anchor. Together, they are proactively protecting your decision-making. By keeping your energy flat and stable, you make sure that when lunch rolls around, you're making food choices with your brain, not with a starving, desperate stomach.
Now we arrive at 2 p.m. for lunch, and we need to make a massive mindset shift here. This slot is absolutely the heaviest and most critical muscle-building meal of the entire day. If you're seriously trying to change a soft, skinny fat physique, this is the exact hour where the actual biological building blocks need to be delivered to your body. No skipping allowed. Let's visualize a standard lunch plate for a second. You've got your section for rice or roti and your dal or sabzi. But I really want you to focus on that key quadrant, the 100 to 150 grams of solid protein, like chicken or paneer. That specific portion right there is absolutely mandatory. For sure, it is non-negotiable if you want to see changes.
And here's exactly why that solid protein matters so much.
If you ignore it, you fall straight into the rice and sebezi trap. This is literally where most skinny fat diet attempts completely fall apart. People will eat a huge lunch, but totally ignore their main solid protein source. And then they wonder why their body shape stays exactly the same, month after month. The biological rule here is simple. Protein equals muscle building. If you skip it at lunch, your body has literally zero building blocks to physically change its shape. And no, you can't just fix a lack of solid food at lunch by drinking a protein shake later.
All right, let's fast forward to the evening. The 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. slots make up your workout window. This covers both your physical performance and your recovery. Now, a massive mistake I see all the time is people walking into the gym on a completely empty stomach because they think they're going to burn more fat. Spoiler alert, they don't. All that actually happens is your performance tanks, your strength plummets, and you completely fail to stimulate any real muscle growth.
So, here is how we properly structure this window. At 5 p.m., your pre-workout is simply 1 banana and a black coffee. That tiny amount of quick carbohydrate energy translates directly into pushing harder and lifting heavier. Then, fast forward to 7:30 p.m., and your workout is done. Remember, the gym only tears your muscle fibers down. This 7:30 p.m. recovery meal, whether you're having egg whites and whole eggs, leftover chicken or paneer, or even just whey protein, is the essential biological trigger that actually rebuilds those fibers. If you skip this, your physical effort in the gym was basically for nothing.
Okay, we now arrive at 9 p.m. Dinner. This is the danger zone. It's often considered the absolute most dangerous meal of the day. Why? Because this is precisely where your dietary control is most likely to just completely break down. You're exhausted from the day, you're finally sitting down to relax, and the temptation to just completely overeat is at its absolute peak.
Think back to the 100% volume baseline of your 2 p.m. lunch. Dinner still contains the same stuff, roti, sabzi, and protein, but its physical volume needs to drop by about 30%. You are intentionally reducing the sheer amount of food on your plate down to 70% of what you ate in the afternoon. It's a strategic downshift. And that brings us to another massive mindset shift you really have to make tonight. Dinner is a functional meal. It is not a daily festival. You've got to stop treating 9 p.m. as an excuse to eat heavy, oily foods until you're completely stuffed and can't move off the couch. It is literally just another block in this closed-loop system designed to fuel your body and nothing more. But hey, we're all human, right? Which means we inevitably hit the final hurdle at 10:30 p.m., the psychological craving. You're chilling on the couch, and suddenly you get this overwhelming urge to go stare into the fridge, secretly hoping a chocolate cake magically appeared since the last time you checked. It is absolutely vital to recognize this as a psychological symptom of boredom, not true physical hunger. You've eaten perfectly all day, your body does not actually need calories right now. So, when that sneaky 10:30 craving hits, you deploy this strict 3-step algorithm. Step 1, drink a large glass of water. Step 2, eat a single piece of fruit. Step 3, turn off the lights and go to sleep. That's it. Do not negotiate with yourself here. This simple algorithm ensures that a 500-calorie midnight mistake doesn't completely destroy an entire day of the structural progress you just worked so hard to build. When you finally lock this closed-loop system into place, here is the physical evolution you can actually expect. In the short term, no, a six-pack isn't going to magically appear overnight. But what you will get is a sharp, noticeable drop in bloating, highly stabilized energy levels throughout the day, and this massive feeling of control over your own body. Then as you transition into the long-term results, your gym strength goes up, your overall frame visibly tightens, and that soft, frustrating layer of fat, it finally starts dropping off. 30. That is the magic number here. And I'm going to call out the most common failure point right now. You are going to feel the urge to overcomplicate this. You'll probably want to quit after 3 days just because it isn't flashy or exciting. But here's the truth. Fixing skinny fat doesn't require extreme discipline or crazy, complex diets. It solely requires executing this boringly simple, perfectly structured plan for 30 consecutive days. So we end with a choice. Are you going to let another day of random meal skipping and midnight binging dictate how your physique looks? The biological roadmap is sitting right in front of you. 30 days from now, you will either be staring at that same frustrating reflection in the mirror, or you'll be looking at a completely transformed baseline. The time is going to pass anyway, so which reflection are you going to choose?